Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we will be doing this project once and for all. So this will be the final video. Let me give you some. So we have till now made this proxy server functions. Now we have to start this server. For starting this server, we need three things, that is proxy port, backend URL, and the time limit. So we will give these things by using a command line tool. For this I have made another file called cli.js. In here we will be creating a command line tool using this commander.js module. Alright, so we will be using this commander.js to create an command line utility. But before that we need to create a server, not a proxy server, a simple server which sends some response, a simple response to which our proxy server will forward it to. So let's create another server.js, and we can give this task to ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot. Let's tell it to create an express server with port 4000. So it will create a server. So while it is creating the server, it has created a server. Let's go. All right, so yes, we need this. Another thing that we need is we need app listen app.get and it will listen to normally this port, and a function will be called. Let's give this function request and response. Request and response, this will be a simple arrow function, and here it will return response.json. Let's send some object here and let's call it success. Spelling is mistaken. Success, what the heck, success true. Yeah, that's it, success true. Okay, so now we will create a command line tool. For this we first have to download this npm package. Let's come back here and paste this command. So yeah, this is telling up to date because I have already downloaded it, and also you have to download express also because you are creating a server obviously, and we have already downloaded this. So let's start building this. Let's go to the documentation first, quick start, and here we will use is this particular function. This is enough. I will tell you what it does, but let me just keep this for here. All right, so this is program. This function, what it does is, when I will run this function, let's suppose node cli.js, I have to give some other things also, some other arguments, or in command line language it is called flags, some other flags which it will take as input and it will parse it. All right, so for parsing I have called this system program.parse function, and one thing that I have to add it here is process dot arguments, because we are taking the arguments from the command line. So this is this is the method for it. This is similar to process.env when you try to use your environment variable, and this is similar to that. All right, so we need to change these things. So let me come back here, and as you can see, there are few things that we will be needing. Yes, here it is. Okay, let's just use this thing instead of that. This is more readable actually, so let's delete that. All right, so we have first called this command. This could be a class or could be a method, something from this commander module, and then we have created an instance of it or we can say an object of it called as program, and then we have given it some options. So let's come back here again. uh, we will give these things also, these dot name, dot description, dot options. This is the most of it that we need, and I'll tell you what this options does. But let me just come back here and type name, proper indentation. This should be a string, I guess. Yes, so let's just name it as proxy. What we should call it? We should call this a proxy server command line. Let's call it command line utility, command line interface for proxy arguments, right? And we can add description, but it really doesn't matter, so we'll skip this. Yeah, another thing that we do need is which is required options. Let me figure it out where it is. Yes, here it is. So what is the difference in this required option and this particular option is that in required option it says that when you try to run this, you have to give some certain options, otherwise this program will not run. So if I use required option, this is how it will work. But if I use option, then it is really up to us. We can give it a value, we can give it a flag, or if we do not give it a flag, then it will take some random or maybe a default value that we can define up in here. We'll use both of these. Let me tell you how. So first, let me remove this. We don't need this right now. Let me remove this, and also let me remove this. Alright, so this will be required option. Here you can see it is a method. So let us see what it takes first. So this takes three things, I guess. Yeah, so first it takes a flag, then its alias and its data type, and some description about it. So let's go back here, and we will first give it the port. So keep it in a string -p, and give it a, let's call it port, or simply we can call it proxy port also, but anyway it doesn't matter. So what is it? It is a number. All right, it is a number. Yes sir, it is a number, like this, number or letter or something else maybe. But anyway, let's move on. This thing is completed, and let's give it some description also. We should call it port for proxy server. Another required option is the backend URL also. So let's call it b with a -b, and the alias for it will be URL. Alias for it will be URL, and the data type is also like a URL, so we'll keep it URL. Let me see. Okay, all right, so this is a URL, and yeah, we'll give it some backend URL. Right. Another thing is the option method that we'll give it. How is option written here? It is, I think it's written very simply. This option, this thing, and some specific number, or in the last there will be some default value. So it will take 1 2 3 4 arguments. So let me come back here, and let's call it TTL, and it is an integer, or simply put as number. It is a number. And another thing about this is, let's give it a time for caching. All right, and the default value, let's keep it 60. All right, let's keep it 60 only. Okay, so I think the program will run now. Now what this option does is, whatever value we give in the argument or whatever value we write here, it will be stored in options, and this option is just an object. So we need to parse these values, these port, URL and TTL from this. So let's call server init function. So for that we need to import it. So const here it is, const server init, server initializing, and we will require this from index.js. Alright, so we'll call this function here server init, and it takes an object, as you can see here. Where it is, yes, it takes an object with three things. So first is the proxy port. Let me copy this. Yes, paste it here and give it one by one. So first thing will be this options dot this port. So we'll provide it the port. So this is the port. All right, and in here it will be options dot URL. So it is a string also. So we have provided it option s, and with TTL is, it will be options dot TTL. All right. Okay, and another thing is, this option is a string object, so we need to change this. So we will call it a function called number and keep this inside that. And backend URL is a string, so we don't need to do that. For TTL we also need to do this. So number and with this thing. All right, so I think this should run first. So let's exit this. Bro, what? Yes, and I also exit this. All right, so let's open the terminal again, and first I will run this, our main server, which is the server.js. So let's run this. So it is running on local port 4000. So copy this port, Control Shift C, and create another terminal, and now run this program, which will be node CLI with a port -P. We will run this proxy server on 3000, and our backend URL will be running on this 4000 port, like this. And we don't need to give the TTL, or if you want to do this you can, but it really don't matter because it is an option, and the default value will be 60 anyway. All right, so let's try to run this. So yes, it is running. So let's come back here and try to open Postman. So let me open Postman first. All right, so this is our Postman. So first let's try our main server to check if something is wrong or not. So yeah, it is running fine. So if I try to now make request on 3000, which is our proxy port, it will be a miss. All right, because this is a first time request on a proxy server, so it will be a miss. Yes, our data is here, success is equal to true. And also if you try to look at headers, so here it is, the proxy status is a miss. But if I try to run this again, then it will be a hit. So this means our actual request don't even reach the actual server, but it reached this port, which is our proxy port, and it gave us the response as it is, which is the data, which is success true and some expire time that we have calculated earlier. So here is our project completed, and as you can see, we have also console logged it in our terminal. So yeah, this is the main project that we are building. I have posted this on GitHub also. If you feel that there is something missing, then you can change or you can increase, or there is some utility that you want to add this, we are very welcome. And let's, all right. So meet you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.